Hello! Welcome everyone to UW-Esports. We're welcome to host some Valorant here today. We have UWRF Esports versus UW-Stout, and fun enough, we also have Stout here in person for our match as well too. So we have the honor of hosting them, and we actually have like webcams up and everything, so this is going to be a very special game to have.
Well, I feel like it'll be a very interesting game, especially because it's in person, which can usually mean tensions can probably get a little bit more rough, and just the pressure can possibly be put on the players a little bit more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I am Jaden.
And I am Matt.
And we will be your casters for at least part of this tonight. We do have another caster that will be coming in at some point as well. But we are starting here on Bind, and then afterwards we also have Ascent and Sunset that can be played. So we do have an exciting series on our hands. We're already seeing here as well some of the picks that have gone through for our Bind map. We have UWRF Stout that is starting over on the defensive side, and UWRF is starting on the attack. We're seeing some setups already coming along of where people are going to be playing. But it seems like besides the chamber that Stout has a pretty standard kind of comp.
Well, I feel like UW-River Falls is running a pretty aggressive comp. Really, their only non-like hyper-aggressive character is Cypher, who's used more for lurks. But yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Stout has a pretty standard lineup, except for Chamber. Chamber, I think, is going to add a unique difference to this, especially after the most recent patches, if I'm correct.
I would have to agree. We're already seeing here now Muggsy taking an aggressive play into showers. This will definitely be interesting, although he already has now perished, unfortunately for them. But they did get some early info then on what's happening around A with showers.
Yep, absolutely, and it looks like they only burned one brim smoke off of that. It looks like they have a nice little push-up, and they're going to start pushing on the site.
Yeah, getting started here. Wesley already getting 2 kills here. Getting some util set up, the bomb planted. Now we have what's sitting here, a 2v4. This will definitely be interesting to see how Stout here tries to take back some site.
Yep, and I feel like Stout does have some power with the brim smokes, but I don't think they're going to use it because it is just pistol round.
They do spot out Alex here. Polar there getting the kill with that classic. Almost aftershocked him, but Wesley, you know, just really wanted that kill first.
Yeah, and it looks like it was some really clean team play by UW-River Falls. Not just peeking out, they were playing all together and just mainly swinging as a team, which was very helpful, and it got them to a nice 4-2 difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're seeing definitely a good first pistol round there from UWRF Esports. We'll see if, you know, if they can maybe come back for Stout, you know, see if they can get some aggression, if at all, on this defense. We're seeing it's looking like it's going to be a push up into A. We're seeing that there's more of Stout, too, here trying to hold that. So we'll see if they kind of get that memo and switch off, or if they're going to keep going for it. Didn't see anyone go up through showers, though. They all wanted to push up for B or A short there. But, oh, yeah, they're looking like they're now going to be going over to B, maybe. We're seeing Breezy here kind of sitting in hookah, seeing if they're going to aggress, as UWRF did cut noise, so they'll have to figure out where they're going next. Oh, Breezy did see him there, putting out that snake bite to slow down their aggression into hookah.
And it looks like Morgan's teleport did not make it all the way down long, which could possibly be an interesting teleport if he does hit it.
Yes, that'll be maybe one that goes a little unused for him. Use it as a fake. Get some things coming out. Now we're seeing they're all pushing up here, trying to get in. Ooh, Wesley with that aggressive push, somehow still getting that. They know that there's some over there in hookah, and now they're kind of trapped up there. The bomb does get planted, and it's a 3v4, so there is that possibility. it's getting a little tense here as everyone's kind of waiting to see who's going to push where. They know that there's still a couple left in hookah, but now they're pushing out. Ooh, it's an even. And there we go. UWRF came back again and got them.
Yep, it was a really good play by River Falls, just kind of playing passive, forcing them to play into them, especially with the gun advantage there. And yeah, it was just some really clean, again, team play. It almost went a little sour because it seemed like Stout had some really good timings going, but it looks like there was a really good breach stun that affected one of them.
Yeah, I mean, they did know that there was a couple there kind of just stuck hookah, and Morgan was sitting there for long, so, you know, they weren't coming from there. They had to come from somewhere, which was hookah. We're seeing again that they are 3-stacking that A site for a hold, and we're actually seeing some aggression kind of going up towards showers there, and a couple holding for A short. Blind coming out there from Polar, but not much things that'll be pushed off that.
It looks like they're starting to push up into U-Haul. Well, they're going to get a little slowed down in showers due to the Brim Molly.
Yeah, they're not really going to be able to push out unless they want to take some damage. We're seeing Breezy with some lineups going from B to A. We'll have to see where that one lands. I think that one was a lineup for short. We're seeing here, too, Wesley still kind of just stuck there in showers as it's now a 5v3, so it's not looking too good. Definitely with Stout having that gun advantage now of them all having rifles and things, you know, it's going to give them an advantage. Ooh, scene coming out, Wesley is down, and now the Spike is stuck in showers, and there they go.
It's a little unfortunate that River Falls couldn't get a pick there, but it looks like they were able to bring out a decent amount of utility, so that's going to at least affect economy even just slightly.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it gives River Falls, too, that information of, you know, where everyone's playing, how things are looking, which I think will definitely be helpful. Seeing their chamber might be going for a top-of-truck kind of play with his TP. There's a lot of fun things that you can kind of do with that. We're seeing like it's looking like it might be a B push here. And we have Prestigious there on a little bit of a lurk around A, kind of seeing if there's any noise or any information going out there. We're seeing the slow push as well by Wesley up into showers. Getting Muggsy TP kind of going down in case there needs to be a fast rotate over to A. The Brim has already now rotated off of A onto B to help with providing some more smokes.
It looks like Alex, though, in showers is holding one of them possibly with info there because that nobody else has really rotated back over to B, and it looks like Brimstone is back more towards his spawn area trying to decide if he needs to rotate or not. And it looks like he's going to start rotating through his spawn.
Yeah, we actually see that they think that people are now going off to A, which is a little bit awkward considering the timings, but oh, no, there's still another one that's coming back to watch B. I think they're just switching over people in case they are now going over to A. So this timing will have to definitely be interesting.
I feel like River Falls has a good chance if they want to explode on to A because it's just Chamber and Brim, especially if they shut down Chamber early.
Ooh, we're seeing Wesley come out with his ult, trying to find someone, but hasn't been too successful. Ooh, didn't get it. Hit a little bit of a Rosa there. Now we're seeing, I'm sure that the Viper might just be healed up anyways. Ooh, they did not clear U-Haul there, though, so it's going to be tough. There is a Molly that is thrown in there, though, now, trying to get that out. Ooh, they had that call on Muggsy coming in through their spawn.
Yep, and he got caught with his knife out. That's just kind of unfortunate. And it looks like just with not clearing U-Haul, that was able to give UW-Stout just the exact amount of pressure they need to just break through River Falls defense there after post plant.
Absolutely. Wesley was not looking at all there. Just completely, I wouldn't think he would be oblivious to the chamber being there as he has been playing A this entire time. And, you know, he did see him, I believe. But, yeah, it'll have to be interesting. We're seeing here now that UWRF, to try and save some of their econ, is going to have to just kind of go with some deagles and not very much for any utility, but a little bit here and there.
I mean, all it would help because it's only a 2-2 game. It's just even just getting 1 or 2 picks is just enough to turn the tides, especially this early in the game.
Absolutely, although it will be that Stout does have that gun advantage. We're seeing here that Ray's on that side getting a little bit stunned there, but oh, uses boom bot but gets nothing off of it. We're seeing definitely a fight up B here as there's really now no noise that has been found over on A. We're seeing some smokes come out from entry here.
Oh, and there's a big pick.
Then Wesley did a good one. He got that dig, even with the gun advantage being on Stout's side.
Oh,
We're seeing another one, too.
Two picks here, and it looks like River Falls can take site for a possible plant.
Ooh. But they did not completely clear sight, and now it's just Muggsy left in a 1v3. And the bomb was not successfully planted. Ooh, unfortunately just gets killed by that gun advantage. They did, you know, still get 2 of them, which is pretty good when, you know, they just really had digs and not much else for guns.
Yep, and that's going to affect their economy very slightly, but it's still unfortunate that River Falls was able to take the site, but it seems like they just need to take a little bit more time and just clear sight, because I feel it just seems like they're trying to rush plant.
Yeah, it seems like they're panicking a little bit there on the wanting to just get plant down, and you know, there's always the ones that are sitting there and they're being sneaky and sitting on point, and unfortunately those are how they get caught off. Seeing the bird come out, gets them blinded. Viper Molly went down.
There's a Yoru ult out.
There is, trying to kind of figure out who is all on site. I know now that they're just kind of going back elbow. He's got the judge in hand, gets one kill. And, oh, couldn't quite get another with that though. Does get that.
Second.
Now has a better gun.
Now Morgan's going to be spraying down. All 3 of them are in the defender side spawn.
Absolutely, and he's just trying to keep him there. TP's out though, as his team does now have sight and should be able to hold it. Seeing the aftershock come out there from Polar to keep them even in there even longer. Now that they got it planted, now it's a 3v5 for Stout, and they know that they're all pretty much trapped there. As there is those trips up, and ooh, Polar goes down, and
oh my gosh,
Muggsy there nearly had an ace, but Wesley, you know, also wanted to take a little bit of that.
That was an amazing play by Morgan there, because it's just like he got the pressure that he needed to with his ult, got the 2K, and he decided, hey, we have a 5v3 on our hands, and teleported and got out and just repositioned. And that's a fantastic play.
Absolutely. Those are definitely the lots of Yoru plays that you see from lots of many of them. And, like, I mean, it was a good one. It helps, you know, could it be real? Could it be fake? You know, that is lots of those tricks with Yoru. He is definitely not the easiest agent to learn, but definitely can be quite powerful when learned. We're seeing here a shower push onto A here, and a little bit of a lurk there, but majority of the players were over on B, so now we're seeing Sky kind of come on over as they're holding it. Ooh, we're seeing the stun there onto him, onto their brim.
And it looks like Chambers still on.
Come out as well.
And Chambers still on B, which is really nice, because I feel like that was part of the reason why that was slowing River Falls down.
Ooh, Alex goes down, which will be hard because there is that lurking Viper. Ooh, is Muggsy going to be able to find it? He does, and he gets them. Now it's just Chamber left, and 1v4, although there is 2 that are quite low. He did pop his ult. Might be able to find some action with that, as there are a couple that are low. Do we think that Toodles here can get that clutch? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Who knows? We'll see. If he tries, you know, getting some of those wall banks, he might get a couple.
He might. He's bringing out his gun just in case. Ooh, I don't think he saw that head, but I think they... Oh, now they know where he is. Trying to wall bang him.
Oh, and he gets another. Oh, but Morgan gets the trade.
Yes,
River
did
Falls
get a
still
good
has 2
trade.
up, which is really good to hear, or really good to see.
It is. Although they were only down to 2 left, we are seeing here now as well some of the players there on the screen, which is definitely fun to see. See all their smiling faces and, you know, the intense looks as well, too, from them. But, yes, we're seeing here that it looks like they might be trying to take the bomb to go A again. It seems like their A pushes have definitely worked a lot better, but that was also that there was 3 holding B. Now there's 3 holding A, and the Viper's there as well now this time to change things up. We see
true.
Muggsy here ulting, trying to see if he can find any information of who is all on B, and we're seeing the teleporter be utilized. Morgan unable to get a kill there.
But that's really good bait because it drawed all 4 people over to B.
Yeah, I do believe that was the plan, but Toodles with that op is just able to get a kill, which is not very good. UWRF only has 2 people left, and now they have 5. Ooh. Wesley, they're not able to complete and get a kill. Prestigious does get one, but unfortunately it's not enough.
And it looks like both teams have 3 ults, but it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to Viper ult off the bat within the next couple rounds to see if they're just going to try to stall out of sight.
Absolutely. And we're seeing here now as well some players on Stout's team there too that we as well have in our lab. We're seeing also a timeout actually coming out from Stout. So they're going to probably be doing some strategy. As things are tied up, you know, they want to kind of figure out how they can keep that energy going and keep it going. Because it seems like, you know, they want to figure out how to use those ults that they do have online now. And maybe, you know, kind of figure out what they think UWRF is going to use for their ults as well.
Well, absolutely. But I think it's very interesting because it seems like River Falls essentially they have a win state they can get to every single round, even the rounds they've lost essentially. But essentially, a lot of the rounds that they lose is usually post plant because they just try to go really fast, and it works very well. But it's usually just one part of the push is either too slow or they just don't fully clear sight by the time bomb's down.
Absolutely. It seems like UWRF really likes to rush in and just try and get plant down as. From what I heard from some little bit of anti-stratting before the game is that from some VODs and things that they reviewed on Stout's end, they felt that Stout's post-plants were just not very good and not very messy, whether on defense or attack. So I think they're just trying to rush down and get it planted because that's when they can tend to slip up. But it looks like River Falls 2 as well is kind of slipping up on it too.
But it looks like Stout's trying to take a fast push up B long to a probable flank. But
yes, we're seeing the ult here from Polar and from Wesley. Launches himself in there, but unfortunately just can't get anything down. Prestigious does get a pick though too, so now it is even on 4-4.
Oh, but it looks like
still is now a 2-3 on the advantage for UWRF. We're seeing the plant being down back sight. Prestigious here is low, and his trip was destroyed. They know at least one is coming from short, and that no one should be flanking into the defender's spawn. It is quite tense, though. Luckily, though, 2 players that are full health, but both on Stout side as well being full health.
Well, I feel like they have really good util right now because they have a recon with Alex, and he's playing Showers, which is very passive, and they can just kind of time out their utility because they have a lot of burn utility with this combination right now.
Absolutely, and they were able to get everyone. We saw some great flashes coming out there from Polar and a stun as well when they tapped onto the bomb. So definitely using their util a lot better now and a lot more coordinated, I feel like, during those post plants. So I feel like not just Stout, but UWRF also like utilized that timeout well to kind of figure out what they should be doing.
I would agree and disagree. I feel like River Falls, they did burn 3 ults that round, and it was still a decently close round, and Stout only burned 1. So I'm very interested to see how these next couple rounds are going to play out because we are getting close to halftime.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you had said, we'll see if this Viper one comes out right away, and just like I called, you know, now it comes out, but it's on that A site, and only Alex is there kind of lurking a little bit, but they pushed up far with that Viper ult, and there's 3 of them there trying to get information. They see now that no one is here. They're backing up. We're seeing Alex here now coming up Showers as well, as the rest of the team is trying to fight up there for B long. We just see that Entry is there hiding with the bomb. Kind of trying to see if, you know, bait out some util and stuff over here, and might just now try and push up as this Viper ult is going to end soon.
Well, that's very possible, but Viper is still at the very edge of the ult, still keeping it up.
Oh, and I didn't even see, too. Prestigious actually went down as well.
I think he just overstayed his welcome a little bit too long, and he was trying to probably get some, trying to sneak up on them as they were rotating off, and it's just unlucky that they checked where he was.
Yeah, they aren't checking their corners. They are becoming paranoid, knowing that Prestigious would be lurking everywhere. We're seeing here that a Molly comes out from the brim, and now they are back sight, looking to see what they can get. Seeing the boom bot coming out here from Wesley doesn't actually get into the back there, which is kind of unfortunate. We're seeing a push here into elbow as well. Ooh, tried to catch them off, but Toodles is just that much better, and we're seeing, D Young catching a good ult there. Flash coming out, but it does not matter. There's someone sticking it, and they are killing them. It's definitely unfortunate for UWRF there, as they did get the rest of the ults out, but I still feel like that doesn't give UWRF that much of an advantage. It is tied up right now, 5-5, but it's not looking to be the hottest.
I mean, I feel like any team right now can take the half at 7-5. Both teams have rifles, and it's just a really equal opportunity because nobody has ults, and it just appears like usually Stout has had a lot more successful rounds off ults, or just like playing off their just mainly as like heavy team util together.
Absolutely.
Well, River Falls does the team util explosive play.
Yeah, we're seeing here too as well, because Toodles is getting so many kills. He is actually getting quite close into his ult again, so he'll be getting that free operator online pretty soon. We're seeing here too the dog coming up, trying to see if they can spot anyone, but does he know that there's someone hiding right there? He does not, and he took out his knife and got caught off. Gets 2. And now it's just Muggsy left.
That's unfortunate that Stout just decided, push up showers that aggressive and just have their Brimstone in that, just sitting in that corner. I feel like that Skydog did a really good job of baiting any presence.
Muggsy did get 2, but that's still very rough. Like, there was a lot of util still burned on, I'd say both sides still, but now we're seeing as well a timeout coming from UWRF, as that was definitely an intense round right there that they probably felt like they shouldn't have lost.
I mean, absolutely. It's just like simple things that could have just like changed the whole entire round. And I think it's just that one thing that's kind of been haunting River Falls this whole entire half is just making sure you're checking corners. It's just been haunting them. Like they've had 3 or 4 rounds just completely change the tides just through that one, just through someone ratting in a corner. Oh,
absolutely. And yeah, I know too that UWRF has almost done that exact same shower play, just not with a Sky as well, of hiding in that corner. So the fact that, they hadn't thought to check that corner, it almost hurts a little bit more too. Obviously they didn't really see it coming, but like, I mean, still always check everything. We just haven't become paranoid enough like Stout has.
I mean, Stout did a really good fake there with the Skydog, but it looks like River Falls is possibly just going to try to full save this round to try to make sure. Actually, no, they're going to buy up. This is their last round and a half. So they're going to try to buy up as much as they want. Unfortunately, they only have a Guardian and Bulldog for rifles, but it looks like it looks like with a Brimstone with the Molly, we'll see if he hides in the smoke, but it looks like Brimstone ult and Yoru's ult up.
Ooh, immediately gets caught out. They are just full pushing there, right into short. That was intense. We're seeing the Yoru ult come out as well, since he does have it. He did grab the spike too, luckily with that. And ooh, that was a good TP play though, because that could have been rough with the Viper also just sitting there. Ooh, Polar was able to get 1, but unfortunately traded right back out by Toodles. Which, I don't know. He might just bring out the operator since it is the last round. Might as well pop his ult, I guess.
I mean, absolutely. With the gun advantage and knowing that he has probably not a rifle, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I think he's now maybe either trying to scout to get a better gun or also just trying to kind of figure out what is going on here.
It's going to be hard if he gets caught out like that because sadly Morgan didn't have a teleport and he didn't flash himself out just in case they were hiding there.
Yeah, I think he probably didn't want to give away his position to kind of still keep it, a little bit more mysterious as his TPs and fakes were kind of going around everywhere. So now we're seeing, though, that they are on this attack. I feel like the Cypher still might be a little bit better on this defense as well. And like the Chamber, I don't know if he'll be able to get as much power on the attack as he did on defense, as you can get really good setups, I feel like, as Chamber on defense for Bind here, but the attack might not just be as strong.
Well, I mean, if we first, look at the screen right now, you can see UW-Stout players. They look pretty chipper, they look pretty relaxed right now. They have a pretty good momentum. But onto the Chamber, I just feel like Chamber does have a lot of good lurks, especially even though he has just that one teleport out. It's still a get out of jail free card.
Absolutely. I think, though, it's definitely the range now on that trip that is definitely what makes him just not as strong as the Cypher.
Absolutely, but being able to buy all 8 shots on pistol round, which I don't know if he did, but that's still, yep, and he gets one pick and he gets traded off.
We see Breezy just chilling here. Let's see if, ooh, nope. Polar there did not see the Viper, did not know that they lurked up. Definitely, again, with UWRF just needing to get a lot more paranoid almost about checking all those corners. We're seeing here that the bomb is going to be planted B. We still do have 2 players that are kind of just chilling there. Prestigious, though, is getting quite low. We do see here, though, that Brim is still full and half shields. Ooh, good kill, but had his gun out, or had his knife out.
That's really unfortunate.
Keep getting caught like that.
That's really unfortunate and just kind of disappointing to see, because it just feels like that's the second time I've at least seen people getting caught with their knives out and just not being prepared when, well, there's probably a good chance there's someone going to be pushing up, especially with how much Stout. One thing I have really noticed is their plays are very, like, when they do push up, they usually have 2 to 3 people, or 3 to 4 people pushing up actually at the same time, just so they can try to ensure that they get the trade, so it at least evens off to some extent.
Absolutely. Stout, they heard the phrase monkeys strong together, and they took it seriously. I feel like that was something that UWRF had kind of figured out, is that they didn't always play together, especially when it came to post plants, but I think they fixed that, and they got a lot better at it. We're seeing here, too, as well, Morgan with an aggressive push up into short. We're seeing, though, Breezy caught him, but Muggsy, with a stinger, was able to get the Viper, which is very good for the side of UWRF, as that is one of their smokes that is down. So that is definitely going to make things a lot more tense on Stout side. We're seeing here, too, Entry actually going down short, but I don't know. I think he spotted someone, so he made sure to get out and did not want to get picked, as they have the number advantage and they don't want to even it out.
Well, absolutely, especially because Stout has a gun advantage, so they need to make sure they peek together, or just like force them to those really close range situations where the free gun does the funny thing when just one shot in the head.
Absolutely. We're seeing here Prestigious was kind of peeking up and seeing if anyone went into hookah, and figured out that they did. Gets blinded, though. Cannot get that raise. Very unfortunate. We're seeing here that we actually still have a player there kind of going in gardens, so Entry's kind of just hiding there. They did not see him. He is able to get it, so that the spike is not planted. And Muggsy as well, still able, but does he see Chamber? Ooh, he did not see the Chamber, but he did get him. And Muggsy there, I think, had a 3 or 4K, and looking good.
Yeah, he had a 4K, and it was really surprising that he was able to react to the Chamber, because it looked like Chamber had perfect timing there. And that's just a really stellar play of just, like, just really good timing and just trying to make sure he could, like, be able to space out, especially with having a stinger there, because he was essentially, it was just him and someone else. It was Morgan and Jeremy on site, I believe. Mm-hmm. And it was just it's a really good way. Those two have a lot of, like, synergy, because they played a ton of duo queue together. So especially on Bind, all they play together is really Yoru and Breach, from what I remember.
Oh, yes. They love to combo their Yoru and Breach. They also had loved to as well combo Gecko and Neon on Icebox. They have since changed that up now, but ooh, we're seeing a good defensive stun out there from Polar as well. But ooh, is he actually going to be here now, cautious of them trying to get in showers? Ooh, that timing there, almost detrimental. Is able to flash to get him to not be in there. We do see Wesley taking a lot of damage, but oh, it's just chaos. Ooh, is able to get the Viper. That's looking good for him. Wangle coming out, but they all get blind. Ooh, could not teleport away in time. That is unfortunate.
Looks like Polar had some great timing and just hiding in U-Haul.
Ooh, final coming out there, but I think that's all good and fine. I think that was a really good play there from UWRF, showing that, you know, they love this defense and they're strong on it. They are still down by 1, but I feel like they're definitely feeling they can clutch it back up and kind of get this going.
Well, it seems like they've definitely swung quite a bit of momentum towards their way, and it looks like they almost feel more confident on defense, especially just playing to their own system and try to make plays, try to make the offense play how they want them to play.
Absolutely. We're also seeing, too, here, D. Young has a judge, probably going to try and rush up. Looks like they're trying to go and see if there's another Polar there hiding there in showers, or in elbow. There is not that, or U-Haul, excuse me, and there is not. And they are just fast pushing on here. Entry down, which is very bad for UWRF, as now they no longer have smokes. Although Muggsy there also being taken out by their other smokes player. Stout. Ooh, that aftershock does get someone, at least to get out of position. Toodles there again coming in with those kills. Ooh, Prestigious there getting a 2K. That is actually going to make it look a lot better. Ooh, he's getting really low now. D Young still hiding in there. Oh, looks like Wesley's going to try and clear him out with the boom bot. Does get noticed, and now they know that they're in there, that both of them are over there. We see a quick little tap, but Prestigious was too low. Okay, we're seeing now both of them. They're full. Ooh, just luckily, you know, D Young only has the judge, so just can't really do anything with the long range. Definitely might be trying to do a... Ooh, gets him, though. Very unfortunate there. Ooh, does die to bomb, so that'll help with that econ a little bit more for River Falls, as, you know, wasn't able to actually get up that rifle.
I mean, absolutely, especially because we're looking at D Young right now. Only has 3,900, which will definitely put it as just like he has to choose either light armor or rifle, but it appears UW-Stout's going to go for more of a save round to make sure they can full buy next round, and UWRF is going to do a full send, spend everything they can. It looks like they have an op, and yeah, Morgan has the op, so he could probably play between the two sides pretty effectively if he decides to, which it looks like he's setting up the teleport to teleport to A just in case. Hoping he gets the pick.
Absolutely, and he does. There's now no more raise there for him, so they are down their duelist, which definitely, you know, is their main entry, so it's going to be a little bit more rough. Ooh, and we're seeing Wangle actually also go down. That gun advantage is really making it so that they just keep getting picked off. A sneaky cam there, a little bit from Prestigious, and I think they know that Toodles is sitting there and kind of peeking in showers, but he's kind of backing off. Maybe not. It's hard to tell.
I mean, he might also just be waiting, but it looks, I think, a smarter play for Stout here would just to be to rotate, especially with that smoke going down. And it looks like that is what they're going to try to do, but it looks like their Viper's a little pushed too far up to the point, unless they just go for a short play.
Absolutely, just trying to kind of get someone or something. But it looks like the rest of the team is going to go, so they might just be sacrificing their Viper, thinking maybe now that everyone came over onto the A side. Oh, man, Stout is so indecisive, which is very understandable.
Well, they probably want to try to catch River Falls on a rotate, which is a really smart strat, but it looks like their Viper's probably...
damage and gonna take them out. Ooh, good play there from Wesley.
Absolutely, and it looks like River Falls can get out of this round unscathed, and with everyone over half health with 3 ults, they're in a perfect scenario. Even though the other team can get their full buy-in, like they have op, they have ults, there's nothing they really need to worry about besides Chambers' ult or Raze's ult if they just want to push in fast. But I feel like this is a great scenario for them just to keep a really, really strong momentum.
Absolutely, I could definitely tell UWRF would love to just keep this snowballing, as this has been quite a close series. I know that they were feeling quite confident on, you know, being able to close out this bind, not very much, but, you know, I think they're just trying to make it entertaining for us, you know, give us some more rounds to cast so we don't have to leave too early.
And who knows, but it also looks like they're going to make it a very aggressive play. There appears to have 4 people on the B side, and they have Morgan pushed up the op on A side.
Absolutely, I think that they had the right call. They figured out where they're going. Kind of just spamming some smokes here from Prestigious, trying to see if they can get some damage out and get some stuff. We're seeing now a couple now pushing into Hookah on Stout's side. Unfortunately able to get that, and ooh, Toodles though is looking low. They come out there with some ults and unfortunately goes down.
Yeah, one ult, but River Falls still has 2 people up. And it looks like they believe someone might be in teleporter possibly. It looks like Viper's more oriented to look that way. And they're going to have everyone else stack elbow.
That is
Side
tough
raid.
too with the Sky being at 1 HP.
Remaining.
But they get a pick onto him as well. Now too, Muggsy just going to want to save that op. Not going to want to have to give him that. Or, you know, lose that econ from it.
Well, absolutely, because it looks like he has 4,000 credits so that he could still buy someone next round, which is probably what he's going to do just so they can keep rifles up and going.
Absolutely. This is going to be a big round coming out from Stout as they have, like, no money. So the fact now that they're going to get a lot better econ and keep all their weapons is going to be very good for them. We see there that none of them really wanted to peek as they knew that the op was going to be, you know, somewhere close and didn't really want to have to kind of peek into that. Didn't want to chance anything, especially with some of their players getting quite a lot lower in their HP. We're seeing as well now here, Prestigious is actually bringing out the Odin. Definitely wanting to just sit here and spam and shoot through a bunch of these smokes, especially with Stout having 2 different smokes players. It'll definitely be very nice as I don't think he'll have to worry about running out of ammo.
Well, absolutely, but it looks like they're going to heavy stack A again, or have the strong side on A for defense, but it looks like they're just going to...
Absolutely, just a fast one coming out. Wesley getting a good one, but both Razes getting a good pick with their ult.
Well, it looks like Stout just wanted to go off strong right away. Brim ult showers, then just get a Raze ult on the site. Looks like we're both getting out their Brim ult.
Delaying the plant as well, too. Seeing some wall banging coming out. Didn't even know there was a wall bang spot, I'm guessing from the look on your face there, Matt.
Yeah, I know. I'm just really surprised that, you know, Odin go Burr.
It does indeed. Ooh, okay, looking good. He's just spamming that.
Hoping it looks like Brim goes. He's probably just going to try to get plant down for the econ. But all that
Absolutely,
sniper trip activates.
Is.
And it gets them stuck into a little pickle here. Oh, he gets hit by another sniper.
And the other one gets wall banged by Prestigious with the Odin. Led to a really great kill there at the end. Prestigious, I believe, getting at least 2 with that. We're seeing Muggsy here pick up his op again as well.
And as I said earlier in the round, Odin go Burr, and it in fact did. It got the wall bang, got it secured. And that was a really good trip setup because that allowed him, like, for that late push, it stalled him twice. And it ended up getting being able to make sure River Falls could secure the round safely.
Absolutely. They knew exactly where he was, where he's going, making sure it wasn't actually just a fake on to B. But it kind of had to be real anyways because time was ticking. We're seeing here now as this comes out, we're seeing Chamber bringing out his operator ult, and we're seeing too that they'll have Viper's Pit, which they'll probably want to use for a post plant, but maybe not this round yet. We do still see 3 ults on the side of UWRF. It'll be interesting to see if they try to use those. Wesley is hiding in hookah and will be caught out, and unfortunately now we are down 1 smoke and or one of our duelists, which will make things a lot more tense. It is now a 3v5.
This is absolutely still a winnable round, though, for River Falls. They have great synergy between Yoru and Breach ult and just Yoru and Breach's utility. So this is absolutely still a winnable round as Polar gets a pick on the Breezy.
Ooh, they did figure out that Trip is here, too. They're trying to get it. And now goes down again, Prestigious with the Odin.
Gober.
You know, now they're backing off. They are not trying to challenge him, as now it is even. He was able to even it up, but it's also still looking like the advantage is going to be for UWRF, as Stout's Sky is like half health. So
that is true, but it is a 3v1 on A site, and Chamber ult is still up, which makes it really hard for anything to happen. And this is a great play by Jeremy here just to stall, and it looks like
forcing him to go through the TP with the bomb. I don't think he planned to do that, but now, you know, they're going to have to roll with it. Prestige is still there, sitting there with his Odin, ready to spam, getting him, but falling as Toodles just has his number.
That's a great one-tap by Toodles.
Might be able to get that plant down, but the stun comes out. Barely enough time. But now it's just him, and he has to be paranoid for these two. Ooh, giving him ones, which is definitely not what they should be doing here. Ooh, it's getting tense. Kind of heard some noise cues of where the chamber was. Ooh, they're both swinging opposite angles, I do believe. But Polar just not able to get him. That's definitely a rough one there for them to lose, as they did have even numbers, but I think Muggsy there just got a little anxious, got a little trigger happy, and just wanted to try and go after him, but didn't really work. We're actually seeing Stout here as well put out a timeout, probably trying to figure out how they should use the rest of their ults and utility on securing hopefully what they want of their next two wins to clear out Bind here. But I think that, UWRF might be able to also utilize this quite well to figure out how they're going to hopefully come back.
Yep, and I think that absolutely what River Falls needs to do, they just need to figure out a way within this timeout, because it seems like the set plays Stout is running is just working very effectively. Like they're trying out a little bit of util, and then they set up for a set play and they launch all their util, and it just seems like once that Sky Flash or Sky Dog is out, they push onto site and raises boom packing onto site, and it's just working out for really great synergy for them as a team.
Absolutely. I feel like both sides really have been having really good synergy. Of course, like we've said before, that Muggsy and Polar have pretty good synergy, as they love to duo queue a lot for ranked, but we'll definitely have to see. We're already seeing that the Viper wall was laid down in its typical A fashion.
And it looks like Stout may be getting ready to do a possible A play, with possibly Chamber just setting up just to make sure there's no lurk. And it looks like River Falls is going to push up A short, try to get some pressure, kind of like how Stout was doing earlier.
Yeah, UWRF kind of trying to take a play out of their book, and now they're all trying to push into showers, try and get them from both sides. But are they going to see the Viper that's going to come up behind them? I don't think so. Ooh, that was very close timing. Is able to get Polar there, unfortunately, as they just aren't checking all their corners, although Wesley is still there, but the Viper Molly just did not hit. They know he's there. They did not see him cross, and now there's two. They're kind of coming up together, which is going to be rough. They flushed him out and was able to kill him. It is now a 3v2, which is going to be rough. We're seeing again as well with the Odin there, which will be great for just spamming this smoke as they're trying to come through. There is almost a little bit of a gap that he was looking for. Did not expect the Viper to be that far up, but it is now a 2v1. Let's see if Entry will be able to figure out where everyone is. Picked out the orb to actually put it in a different spot.
Entry does have to remember he does have over half of his utility left. Let's see if he can use any of it to help himself or help stall out some time. Help get pushes.
Unfortunately not. Just got kind of caught out there. I think he didn't know when the Viper wall was coming down, and then got caught out when, it came down suddenly, and he was still trying to check his corners. I think he learned a little bit of a lesson to check all of his corners.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been the one thing that's been killing River Falls the whole entire game, sadly.
Yeah, and now it is match point for Stout, which is going to be definitely quite rough for River Falls. Maybe they're just trying to make this an exciting series. I don't know. But we see here, too, that the Stout players are looking pretty relaxed. They're focused. They're getting into it.
I mean, that's interesting. Like, I felt like this is the map River Falls wanted to play. Oh, it looks like they're pushing out, and they're using Skyla after getting a pick on Muggsy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like they're going to have to do a fast rotate over to B just to make sure they can get over to help out Prestigious.
Yes, absolutely. They did catch someone on hookah, and the dog got that information. Unfortunately, that just... Polar getting stuck out there as he's just trying to try. And yeah, now there's just one remaining. Viper's pick coming out, and they saw him. Unfortunately, that is now the end of Bind. Win on Stout side. You can see them getting all excited and happy up there for their win. And we will be seeing next that Ascent is going to be the next map. So
I feel like there's a lot to learn from both teams of how they need to play, and I feel like River Falls is probably going to try locking up for the second game and to try to.
And with that, too, that was a very exciting series, and we will be back after a short break.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I have been swapped out. We have swapped Jaden out for me. I am Quinn, also known as Moomy.
We're launching here right into Ascent, and it looks like Stout's picking a very interesting comp. They have two Sentinels. They have Deadlock and Cypher. And it looks like River Falls is mainly so far from what they've locked in, and it looks like they are doing the standard meta composition of Omen, Jet, KJ, Silva, and KO. But they still have not locked in Jet and KO, so they could and Silva, so they could still switch, and we'll see what they do. But with Omen and KJ, I feel like they should because it's such a strong composition on this map.
I agree with that.
It looks like they're starting to fully lock in. I'm very interested to see how on attack how Stout's going to play on attack, especially with double Sentinels and just one duelist. It's probably going to probably be very slow pushes, or they're going to probably try to bait out a lot of util, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Now we're loading into the match, and it looks like, yep, the River Falls is going with the meta comp, and Stout's going with this very intriguing comp. I've never seen this really played in team scenario before for Stout, but I do know Deadlock is better, in a better state than she was before with her patches within the past couple updates.
Yeah, with the new patch update, the Deadlock has definitely become a lot more viable. But it's definitely interesting seeing a double Sentinel, especially on Ascent, where I think going with the standard comp on this map is definitely a lot better due to the initiators being more initiators on the side.
I mean, absolutely, but I feel like Deadlock just has a lot of great subs, especially on Ascent defense, but I'm surprised it wasn't mixed with a KJ instead of Cypher, because KJ is so prominent on this map.
I can see that. Just with how wall bangable this map is, I think the initiators kind of getting that information that the initiators can start looking at.
Oh, and it looks like they're just going to run down A long or A main, and they're already starting to take control of site, and we have Polar on site, and he just got picked off Hell.
Looking like this with a 4v3 on the side of Scout. Interesting to see how River Falls is going to come back from this.
And it looks like the one-way smoke placed by Stout was a dud. They just did not get it above the door in the proper placement. And it looks like he might be trying to go for it again. Oh, or it looks like they both just threw blinds. And it looks like, oh, there's two picks. It's now a 2v2. It's a 2v1 for 2v1 River Falls up. 1v1.
Is that what's going to...
Oh, but he looks like he gets the pick there. Really good baiting by going back and forth from the bomb, just giving that one quick tap and then going to that left side. And it was really good to see that he favored the side to try to possibly just try to bait out, hey, I want to prefer you peek me this way.
Yep. So it looks like that Stout is going to be looking like possibly going to be pushing onto A site. But they also could bait the rotation on to go to B.
They also might just be playing for some info, especially with how because Silva can just get that mid dart there, but it looks like River Falls is going to possibly try to wallbang with an Ares with Silva. And it looks like Stout's going to try to go for some mid information here, and while they're going to slowly push down long, there's
Entry?
a nice outlaw pick by Entry.
So Stout looking like they're kind of just going through mid, kind of deciding what they're going to go. Kind of looks like they're going to go for a B side hit with how they're kind of setting up in mid. We're seeing that, but UWRF is also looking like they are prepared for a mid come through market here. So
Here.
Looks like they're going to push through the smoke into defender spawn. It looks like Prestigious is there just in case they push forward. Oh, and it looks like they pushed him, and Stout was able to get the trade. Oh, and there's a nice little crossfire set up by River Falls to just get some shots in the back.
Silva here, really nice double kill on the end to kind of bring that round to an end here.
And it looks like in the cams up on your screens, it looks like River Falls is in a pretty good mood, especially after he also got that 3K with the Ares. And it looks like Stout's going to buy full rifles, and it looks like they're going to prepare for a B split push, while River Falls is going to mainly try to do a hard B defense with just a little bit pressure going up B main.
Muggsy kind of aggressively pushing up here, getting that early pick off Cypher here, and then Polar also getting that shot of D Young, making this a 4v3. So Polar's now gonna get a pick off of Silva, and Muggsy's just kind of destroying. It was a very nice, clean, fast round by UWRF.
There's a lot of clean flashes and blind thrown by River Falls there to really just give themselves the advantage there in those really important gunfights, because especially with that gun disadvantage, especially that last play by Entry when he just paranoid the deadlock and ran up with the classic and just right-clicked.
Yeah, I mean, it's just showing that like that UWRF really regained from that last match, and they're playing a lot together now, so it's really nice to see that.
It looks like Deadlock's going to try to set up a sound sensor just in case River Falls wants to push up and give some pressure. And there's going to be Deadlock and Omen are just waiting just in case someone pushes up fast with the gun advantage.
It's going to be interesting to see if anyone can get an early pick off here.
Enemy mark. Take flight.
But it looks like the cross for Tree was smoked, and it looks like we're just going to have Entry hiding in the smoke here just in case. It looks like Toodles gets the wall bang on Polar here, but it looks like Muggsy with the 3K is holding with full confidence, and Entry hiding in the smoke long enough to run out and get the pick on Toodles, who's still sitting in Tree, and with Cypher still just, slowly creeping back up A main just to grab Bomb. I feel like they have no idea where Cypher is right now.
Yeah, it looking like they're kind of don't watching, but they definitely by far have numbers value. So I think UWRF is just trying to think right now is just if they just hold down both sides, there's not much that the Cypher can do. Looks like Cypher's gonna try to go onto A side. We're just gonna see if Entry. Oh, Breezy with that nice little pick on Entry.
10 seconds left.
But Muggsy with that 4K is gonna end the round. I don't know what they fed Muggsy in between these games, but Muggsy is really popping off now.
Well, it looks like he's really locked in and loaded, and he just really wants to win, and he's trying to put River Falls in all these really nice win states, either by playing aggressive, and because it looks like he's now, talking about aggression, he just has a stinger. It looks like he might just push up mid with knives and a stinger possibly.
I mean, he's going 7-2 right now, which is really impressive for that. I mean, he's probably just going to push up on mid with those knives and see what he can do.
Revealing area.
I mean, he gets pushed up, but he sadly gets one-tapped by D Young, but Entry gets the trade with the Odin across
Wiggle going to get that pick off of Polar.
It's a really deep smoke thrown by Stout.
Kind of looks like Stout is kind of looking like it's going to try to make a push onto A site and see if UWRF has a response.
Well, it looks like Entry's just playing for info on A, while Prestige is playing just kind of in spawn just in case they walk up, because they have done that once before. And they're also just trying to make sure they kind of have their util spread across the map, and Prestige just kind of stay there to make sure his alarm bot stays up. But it looks like knowing now there's information on site, she's just going to push up heaven.
Spike planted.
Using that Omen, kind of trying to wallbang stuff. This map is so wallbangable, so it's kind of meta to be using have one person with an Odin. But they're all pushing up on heaven. Prestigious getting that tap.
Oh, and Prestigious gets that second kill, making sure to clear both corners of hell.
Last player standing. One
That
enemy
was
remaining.
fantastic on the side of Sova, allowing that two-piece, allowing them to get that. Oh, they didn't get the defuse in time.
Unfortunate that they didn't get the defuse. It was a great play, both on Stout and Riverfall's part, just to try to make sure both teams could try to get themselves into a win condition. Unfortunately, though, Stout was able to stall at the time just long enough for them to get the defuse off. With .26, if it was .26 seconds longer, River Falls would have won that.
I genuinely thought that River Falls was going to get that defuse.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they fought against the odds there. They were able to rotate everybody over and turn a 3v4 into a 2v2 and still almost get a perfect win condition just to get the round one.
It's a very fast push onto A site by Stout here. You know, this map control could read into their favor. We kind of need to see what River Falls is going to respond back. It is a 5v4 with River Falls having a one-man advantage up.
Well, it appears they're trying to stack 3 on site and then they have Deadlock really far back, or that's Sova really far back, I mean. Ready to play ult, possibly just for the situation, but it looks like Stout just wants to push off, and they don't want to use that Sova ult just yet.
I mean, that KJ ult really helped take back that map control from Stout. And Muggsy and Polar looking like they're popping off again. But Alex is going to come in and help clean it up.
Well, absolutely, and they made a great play there by pushing out into their spawn because they, I just realized there for a split second, Stout had they had 3 win conditions there. They could have, 2 win conditions. They had 2 ults just to stall out between Deadlock and Sova. And the first 2 picks River Falls were able to get were those Deadlock and Sova. So that really put them at a disadvantage after they all pushed back into A main down, just to try to stay out of the KJ ult.
Exactly, and with that, I mean, and I just have to say, it really looked like that the communication side of River Falls just allowed them to really come together and kind of retake that map control after that super aggressive push from Stout.
Well, absolutely, and they were playing it smart. They were swinging together, which was able to give them in just a lot better advantages. And it was really good smoke usage just by entry, especially when he smoked himself off bomb because he didn't know if there's anybody because main was still smoked a little bit, just for a couple of seconds longer. And it was just a really good play, and it was very fortunate. River Falls got out of that round just with only I don't think it was flawless, but only 1 or 2 deaths, which was really good.
Yeah, it really shows that the communication has really come back.
Yeah, it shows that they aren't shaken at all, but it looks like Muggsy, Yelsu, and Prestigious, and they're just all kind of feeling it right now, but especially Muggsy. He's 8-3, and Yelsu is 7-1, and he's mainly just been rocking the Odin and Ares the whole entire game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, now going into this point, it's just going to be Odin spam.
I mean, absolutely. This map is, in the wise words of Polar on River Falls, this map is paper mache.
I mean, it really is. I mean, you can wall bang practically any wall you want with.
Looks like Muggsy's going to try to see if he can, if they're going to try to push up a little bit by trying to get some info and a pick with it off.
We're going to go back to some Odin's play.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting what Stout's doing right now. They are very spread across the map. They have someone in A main. They have 2 people pushed up Tree, 2 people pushed up Market, up towards Market. And it just feels like, if a couple of them die, right there, that leaves someone out in a very awkward position.
I 100 see that, and I now really want to see what's gonna happen because that was now just kind of getting picked up one by one. You know,
Spike down A.
Prestigious coming at it
Last player
with
standing.
just
30 seconds left.
Yo,
the-
he got him perfectly in the microwave setup with KJ there. Like he got the vulnerable and got both KJ mollies. That's the microwave setup. There's no surviving that.
yeah. No, I mean, 6-1 on the side of UWRF. I mean, it was a close match last map. I mean, it's starting to look like a kind of like a blowout.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far yet. There's still plenty of rounds yet, but it looks like right now because Valorant, as like many of us know and who play Valorant, it's a very momentum-based game. Like once you get into like a good like flow, it takes a lot to get out of that flow.
Oh,
and it appears
100%.
River Falls is just like sitting very comfortably within there.
Oh, 100%.
And it looks like Stout's going to go for a very, very spread out approach again, just trying to possibly play for a pick. It looks like
Muggsy again is going to get that pick on Breeze. And then Polar's going to come back and get that pick out of Deadlock. Wiggles taking it, getting the trade though. D Young is also going to get the Sova.
and it looks like Prestige got a little bit of chip damage on Toodles with that molly. Open, it looks like Stout's going to take the take site there and close off tree. And it looks like River Falls is going to mainly position, try to possibly put more pressure towards Heaven.
D Young though getting entry, yeah. This is going to be a very interesting.
Enemy
Oh,
remaining.
D Young getting that little snap onto Muggsy's head. Interesting to see what Prestigious can do in this situation. D Young though, just a little too fast for Prestigious.
And D Young, you know, he was really feeling it that round, as you could tell. He just kept pushing, even once Bomb was playing. Like he clearly wanted to get some picks and try to turn some momentum towards Stout's way, and that's absolutely what happened.
Exactly, no, like I said, that D Young literally kind of threw that momentum towards Stout's way.
And D Young absolutely threw their momentum because before that round, because they got 4 picks, they were 2-7. Now they're 6. Now D Young's 6-7, and has a pretty good. Seems to have like a really nice little flow going.
Oh, Muggsy barely missing on that pick.
It looks like Stout's getting ready to do a possible A-split push, but they left Bomb all the way back. So I'm interested to see if Cypher or Omen's going to run back and get it, especially after that blind stone.
Yeah. Omen going to go pick up that bomb.
That's a really good play by them because that deadlock ult just takes enough time just to grab someone, just to go back and grab Bong and be able to come back and push as a team again.
Yeah. Muggsy trying to check in his corners, trying to clear out.
I don't think he'll be ready for the late timing with Cypher slowly just starting to push up tree. We'll see if he tries to push up if Cypher tries to play like a more aggressive player because he's just going to sit tree. Oh, and he looks like he's going to start pushing towards Heaven.
Looking like UWF has to make that move soon. But they weren't able to do it. With Breezy coming in the next game, nice little 3K there.
That was some perfect timing there where kind of made sure he stayed A long, and then once Bomb was down, he just took his time and slowly just played up tree. He could have just stayed in tree, but since the door was closed, I don't blame him. Like he could just walk right up, and if they're not watching or not ready for it, which it looks like River Falls just was right about to explode out, it was just an unfortunate situation with some perfect timing and a perfect lurk from Breezy.
Oh, 100%. So I'm just interested to see how they're going to set up. It's definitely looking like... Definitely they put the bomb back there for the rotation, but it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. They were able to get some points off, hit points off of the Sovas here.
It looks like Stout's just trying to play to get a good amount of info right now, trying to figure out how River Falls is just set up, which they haven't really changed up too much. And it looks like Entry's going to get the pick on D Young catwalk, and he's just going to push back.
Oh, but Polar almost getting in 2, but got out of there with 1, which is going to help UWRF by far, and took a lot of damage off of the Omen.
Stout has some really good positions right now. They kind of have Polar in a very, Entry in an awkward position, but Entry was able to fight out of it. He was getting a really good teleport to reposition and just a really good smoke placement just so he was able to get out of that very awkward position because that corner is just like, it's a one and done, and there's only certain characters who have that ability to get out of there.
Definitely interesting to see. Definitely with the one player playing Hell, so
Last player standing.
Wiggle getting 1 before it, but it doesn't really matter. UWRF coming in, kind of just clearing out. Now they can go ahead and get the free defuse.
I feel like that was a pretty good play by Stout there, but I found it very interesting. Like, yes, they had the Odin with Silva, and that was like a very good position to play, but it felt like they were almost just trying to play for kills in with the numbers down situation, but they had the stalling utility because it's like they could have thrown the Odin to Omen and had Silva still play for ult and just play for main.
Yeah, no, I thought for sure that playing that position that they were playing in, definitely was also just giving their position away. Like I would have been, it would have been probably better off just to kind of not try to shoot through the bottom of Hell, the top of Hell there, and trying to just wait for them to kind of have to drop down to defuse that bomb and play around that instead of giving it the position away.
I mean, absolutely. Once that happened, River Falls kind of knew exactly where they were, and it looks like they got Breezy's Cypher util out right out of the way with that nice shock dart.
Exactly.
Oh, and they're going to recon drone, and it looks like they're going to try to set up a nice little play to push out.
So we're getting a greedy. Oh, this is just going to be a murder spree? Oh my, that was almost an ace there.
Odin went burr. It got the 4K.
Odin went just burr. Like,
it melted everyone. Like, Sova has, what, 50 health, 45 health? It doesn't really matter. It's a 3v1. Like, River Falls has to do a lot here right now to mess this up.
but they are going to finish it off, and they're going to get that defuse. But that Odin burr, though, I mean, they heard the Odin burr, and they just kind of just all walked in it.
Well, I feel like once they got that first pick, I'm pretty sure they might have thought, like, if they all swung together, you know, they might have a chance. But as we all know, Odin go burr. Like, it's a simple statement. Like, more bullets equals more skill. That's how the Odin works. With Yelsu up to 12, he's 12, 4, and 3 right now. Still just rocking the Ares and the Odin, mainly just the Odin. He's just absolutely just
like we said,
destroying.
Though, that the Ares and the Odin on this map, very, very good. Oh,
but it looks like they're actually switching up, and it looks like they're giving Omen. They're going to be switching around the positionings a little bit as Muggsy is mid, and they have. It looks like they're going to start rotating quick and possibly have. Oh, they're just having Morgan or Muggsy switch around and play in tree now with Op, possibly watching the A main push or cat push, and they're going to have Omen play just B and just try to play for info, or mid and play for info. Now market.
yes, we're trying to get there. Not connecting and getting any kills there, but
that was a really good set play, or not set play, but usage of util between Cypher and Deadlock of, you know, getting that neck grenade, and then that Cypher ult came in at the perfect time and almost got Polar killed there.
definitely, I'm pretty sure that Prestige saw D Young's head there.
But it looks like Stout's going to try to use as much ult as possible to try to make sure they can secure another round. Completely understandable, and it looks like all they have left is just Cypher and Silva main, and it looks like they're going to use KJ ult here. I mean, why not? It's the last round of the half. Just try to stall him out. And that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. But A4, this is turning out to be a very interesting map.
I mean, absolutely. It was a little unfortunate there. If the KJ ult was able to be placed down like even like 3 or 4 seconds earlier, it would have been a completely different round.
Oh, 100%. That could have definitely that would have forced a lot more kind of rotation out of the site and allowed UWF to kind of maybe regain a better setting on a map control on site.
I mean, they couldn't really. I mean, they were already in A main, so it was mainly just the thinking of just like KJ will go off.
Yeah.
And then they can't shoot back. But it looks like they're gonna play for probably a fast A push, or don't. Oh, River Falls is gonna possibly playing for an A push, but a deadlock wall is what they're gonna meet.
It looks like it's gonna be a B push.
Oh yeah, B push. Sorry, I misread that.
You know, we've not gapped them out.
And it looks like Stout used both smokes to get that the one way for A main.
Muggsy very low though.
Well, looks like Muggsy still is able to get on site somehow. Let's see if he can make some like a play, get a pick or two.
Entry going for that plant.
Looks like they have some really good util all set up to try to get a pick or two off of market, but it looks like Toodles was all ready with that with a perfect Silva Dart to get some great info.
Last player standing.
Unfortunately, Stout was like locked in there. They were all swinging together, and it was that was a great play.
They just played that amazingly as a team. Like even that was just an amazing team play on side Stout.
Absolutely, like they were just swinging together, and that's what won them the round there. It's like it gave River Falls no chance to really counterplay because they just kept catching people out by themselves.
You can tell the communication there and the chemistry of the team was working all together, and that you could just see the cogs turning in that teamwork.
Absolutely. It looks like Stout might be burning with Diesel right now as they're trying to catch some momentum. They're buying up and everything to try to probably just try to swing momentum as much their way as possible.
100%. Looking like they're going to maybe go up through Catlock here. Seeing what they can get. Well, Wiggles is going to be watching that Catlock entry into Gardens. Oh?
Here.
Oh, does Stout know something's up? Oh, it looks like they might just go for a tree push and try to get anyone who's singled out in tree. River Falls might. Open with that paranoia, they're just going to push through the smoke.
Spike down mid. Last
But they
player
just
standing.
going to kind of walk into there and kind of get gunned down.
Unfortunately, but they did have 3 people watching that.
Muggsy disconnected.
Oh, and we're going to take a tech pause because Muggsy just lagged right out. But if we look at the scoreboard here, it looks like that deadlock hasn't had too much of an impact on the game so far. Going 2-11-6, it's a little unfortunate, and that's kind of the reason why I was very skeptical of how well deadlock was going to mesh together with the comp.
Exactly, like, and like we kind of said though, is that like the standard comp here kind of has been showing that it's doing a lot more. That double entry, the double initiator. The double initiator has really been showing to kind of really help out on the UWRF side. They're getting a lot more info than what that Stout is getting.
I mean, absolutely. But with this composition, Stout does have the stronger second half with being on defense with having the double sentinels, with the double senties. And it's just going to really, as you now see, Prestige is just vibing here with Classic, which we sadly can't see with our the face cam with the cam right in the middle. But this is definitely coming to become a very interesting match, especially with this half change, because it feels like with the meta comp, it's strong on both sides. But Stout's comp with running the double senti, it's going to be much stronger. And in my opinion, Deadlock's best map is Ascent. I don't know how she plays on Icebox, but Ascent, she has a lot of good setups. Like, she has setups for B, A, mid. Like, as we look at mid right now, a very interesting sound sensor just to go across. Like, if you push up mid, like, yeah, you can go into cubby, but once you go out of cubby, if you get into an awkward position to actually shoot, if you know it's there, you're going to get hit.
Yeah, Deadlock is definitely a lot more viable now. I wouldn't say it's viable yet, but this is showing. Ascent is by far Deadlock's best map. I'm not going to argue on that side. Ascent, Deadlock is there. I just don't think Deadlock is really equipped to be in that competitive set.
I mean, that is true. It also comes down to experimentation and trial. Deadlock is still less than a year old within the game. So, and with the most recent patches, it looks like a lot, even from like the pro scene. There are some pro teams that want to try her in some sort of capacity.
And that is, of course, you just have to try it out and see what works. Sometimes it might work for your team's composition and chemistry. Sometimes you just have to try that stuff out.
Absolutely. But, it's the surprising part for Ascent, though, is like the meta for Ascent really hasn't changed too much over the past year, in my opinion. It's kind of, this composition has been the best. Maybe when Skye was a lot stronger before all of her various nerfs, maybe Skye was better than KO. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's just a very tried and true composition. And I think it's just part of the fact is just Ascent's been in the game for so long.
Yeah, it looks like Muggsy has reconnected, so we can look like we might be able to get this match back on the road. But I have to say I'm definitely interested to see how this plays on.
Absolutely, and it looks like they're going to set up an interesting turret to watch flank, possibly, depending on, we'll see what Yosu and Entry do right here. It looks like they possibly are getting ready for possibly just a mid play here. But it looks like the match timer's starting back up.
Let's ready to see. Let's get this game back on the road.
Absolutely, and with Polar starting off with the knife throw, the KO knife throw lineup to try to probably get some info on B. And I don't even know where it landed.
It landed up by Pizza.
Probably trying to see if there's anybody hiding in Market or Cubby.
Muggsy with that nice little tap onto Toodles. Ooh, nice little Cypher cam there. Very hidden.
Absolutely, it's just in the tree, just chilling. Man, it looks like there's a nice little one-way there set up by Breezy.
I must wait until cage triggered.
And it appears Stout's Omen doesn't really know what they're doing. They're kind of just chilling and spawn, and it looks like now they're going to start deciding to go back over to B as River Falls is trying to explode out.
Muggsy kind of getting hit with a bunch of Yuto there, but he's still going to be able to get that kill.
River Falls is getting the plant down. Breezy is trying to get a lurk on B main. And it looks like Prestige is not close, or is possibly not close enough for his turret to activate, but it also looks like their Omen just smoked it off to make sure.
Definitely with that 5v3 and having Stout now just all playing together, very interesting to see how Stout's going to respond to this as a 5v2.
Oh, but it looks like Entry's going to teleport up, and he's going to get the double kill.
That was a very nice replay by Entry there. You know, they read the situation, was able to TP up there and get that, and just get those peaks and get them into the kills.
Absolutely, and also with that smoke there, he kind of just made sure he was able to get close enough with that smoke on stairs, just so he could get that safe teleport. And it looks like Stout just was not ready for like any verticality in a play there.
Oh yeah, 100%. Looking like they might play the bomb onto A site, but definitely make some noise on B to try to maybe fake out that rotation onto from the defense side.
Looks like Breezy's going back into to cover tree, and it looks like Omen's also going to play more by tree. I wonder if they're going to try to play a crossfire.
Very slow play on both sides of the team, so it's
Looks like they were trying to time that out, so like right when that Cypher chip was destroyed, they could just explode, but that sound sensor came in useful there for Deadlock.
yeah.
Stop that entire push.
Thirty seconds left.
So it looks like D Young's going to get another kill, and then Wangle's going to get a kill, and Morgan's going to get the trade onto Wangles. So
Enemy remaining.
But D Young kind of pushing off, but Yasuo's gonna.
and it looks like River Falls, what was originally a 4-round lead is now cut down to 2. I feel like they're going to be struggling a little bit more. It looks like, you know, as I did say a couple rounds before, that Deadlock utility where we were going to see it, and it looks like on this defensive side, it is really where it is going to pay off, because these River Falls plays, it looks like they're a little bit set up, so like they have to get into position, they want to try to figure out as much as they can,
Yeah.
and then they just want to explode out.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna say that double sentinel on this defense is making a. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be that big of an issue. It's causing such a big issue for the on the defensive side.
I would absolutely agree with that. And it looks like Polar just whiffed his knife throw onto the wall, so there's no information being able to draw from that. Besides now, Stout does know they're A main. Oh, that they at least have one. Looks like Prestige is kind of just playing, waiting in case Stout tries to play a lurk up mid.
D Young did pop his ult, so that we should be seeing some knife be flying this round. Very slow push up from UWRF.
Absolutely, and it looked like that smoke that their Stout's omen through was to absolutely try to fake out someone going into wine.
Last player standing.
You know, Stout really just came here and during this round kind of just mode.
I mean, they did some perfect plays there. Like they had some really good timings between
30
Omen and Jet,
seconds left.
especially with just trying to make sure that River Falls would absolutely clear wine. Because without that smoke covering it, they probably wouldn't have covered wine because they were in A main right away.
100%, and I think the best move from UWRF side is just to save this round. And that's what they're doing.
10
Absolutely,
seconds
but it
left.
looks like Stout's going to try to hunt down Prestigious, but do they know? Are they going to try to check mid, see if he's in this little rat corner? Oh, and Prestigious was able to get one, so that's at least one rifle down that they're going to have to rebuy. And at least River Falls was able to keep one rifle. And it looks like they're going to go on a timeout now as the score is almost equalized.
Going to call that timeout. You know, this is very interesting to see how this match is playing, because during the attack side, UWF was kind of steamrolling a bit, but it's coming back to bite them.
On the defensive side, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we were expecting to see and kind of what we were hoping to see probably from the Stout composition, that they were trying to play heavily defensive. And I think River Falls might have done some scouting ahead, and that's probably why they picked offense first on this map, because they knew Stout would possibly, or they like to do a double sentinel.
100%, yeah.
And that just as we saw, like there was like a 7-1 lead at one point in the game when River Falls was on defense. And it's mainly because like the Stouts composition doesn't have a ton of play. Like they don't have a flash, they have a paranoia, which is a blind, but that's really their only blind in, and they get 1 per round.
Yeah. It's just to see what's gonna happen. You know, it looks like UWRF has looked like they're gonna push together onto this A site. You know, I think the best move that UWRF can do with now is just play as a team to try to play against that defensive capability of Stout has.
I mean, absolutely, but I feel like they absolutely need to disrespect either their ciphers, like find a way to be able to disrespect either Cypher or Deadlock's util, and it looks like they're going to try to go in with an explosive play, and it looks like River Falls is essentially going to get picked off.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see River Falls. They should be able to buy rifles this round after saving last round. And yep, they are, except Polar's going to be buying a light armor with a rifle. And it looks like their Stout's going to double down, get another op to the D Young. Especially, you know, D Young's been cooking for a decent amount of this game now.
So D Young has been really popping off tonight.
Yep, and it looks like River Falls is going to probably try to go for a fast play with popping KO, just try and take control of site, which is pretty nice because it looks like, yeah, Stout has completely given up B, and we're just trying to get a lot of mid presence, it seems like. Cypher's still rotating. I mean, River Falls really can just, you know, waste some time and not do too much to, like, just get out of position.
Muggsy trying to get that ego peak.
Oh, and it looks like Wangle gets a really cheeky kill from after teleporting up and then throwing a one-way to, or it looks like River Falls throws a one-way to try to give themselves a nice little advantage.
You know, Stout was down 7-1 at one point this game, and they're not going to be ending this round up 1.
Yeah, that is sadly the case, but it looks like one thing that's kind of biting River Falls in the butt is just like they were someone got caught on the open and got caught just with a one-shot headshot with Omen in a very weird position, and then everything kind of just fell apart from there because then the round just completely flipped from a 4v4 to a 3v4.
Mm-hmm.
And even though, like, B is a very hard site, like, even if you have your whole team holding it, it's a hard site to retake. Like, if you have numbers up and you have, like, the util, like, a jet dash with the shorty, like, how D Young got the final kill there, like, it's going to be very hard to counterplay that.
Oh, 100%. We'll see how UWF wants to respond to that. D Young missing that op shot. Polar's just going to back out. You know, that util from Deadlock is... You know...
We just saw a lot of Sheriff shots whiffed on a completely blind Deadlock, and it's just kind of fell off. The round has kind of fallen apart after that. It looks like Polar's just trying to get a very interesting lurk to try to get a pick or two. To hopefully be able to buy rifles next round.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, definitely, I mean, they should have been able to get that Deadlock. They caught them in the reload. That should have been an easy pick on UWRF.
Yeah, reload and blinded, and it's just kind of unfortunate. And then just, like, once they were able to reload, the momentum was able to completely switch because of the gun difference. But it looks like UWRF's still going to go for that full rifle buy right now. They really need to win a round to really make or break, especially to break this momentum Stout has built up, especially with the amount of credit Stout has built up, because it's like one death right now isn't going to mean a lot. They need to get a full team wipe for it to really affect them. It looks like they're going to set up for a B push, and they're going to have entry push up mid, and he's going to get opt. A quick jet peek and dash out. This Deadlock's going to start up their Deadlock wall as they have done every round whenever they've sat there.
I mean, the deadlock wall. UWFs keep pushing that B site. I mean, if they keep sending it up like that, it's going to keep working.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Deadlock's just getting a free wall, and then that's able to slow him down. And it's almost like if River Falls knows, like, if they rotate, well, Stout's going to know where they're going. So River Falls has to break it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Stout's going to play a little bit more spread out. They have heavy defending side on B. And while River Falls is especially spread out with one person with Jet, B main, Silva mid, and now KO.
30 seconds
Oh,
left.
it looks like they might be going for a catwalk push now. With Wangle in the corner, ready to watch anybody walking out of catwalk in a tree, and it looks like he's going to get the double kill.
Remaining. Spike down A.
Moving it up to Muggsy here.
Match point.
And it looks like this looks like a complete flip flop of what we saw first half, of where both teams are just really shining on defense. But it looks like this a little bit more powerful defensive composition by Stout, where it favors it more, is going to really possibly take away this game. Sadly, especially with like having Deadlock and Jet ult up, because DeYoung, whenever he's popped Jet ult, has gone usually two picks.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the Stout defense is very strong. It's definitely the strong suit on this. Is let's see what DeYoung popping that ult. Let's see what's gonna happen. DeYoung not gonna get anyone on there with that ult, but Muggsy's gonna come and get that 2-piece here.
With a really good spray through the smoke there, it gets the Jet. That's a huge pick down, because D-Money, has been cooking River Falls with that ult. It looks like Silva's going to try to get some recon with his drone, and Breezy's just back chilling in tree again. He really likes playing around tree, it seems like.
Yeah,
tree and catwalk.
He really likes that garden.
It looks like Deadlock. It looks like they have a lot of control of site. Stout does, but it looks like River Falls might be trying to play more of a stall approach. With now it being a 1v4, and they were able to close it out. That was the round they need to win that round. They absolutely defeated it with confidence. Like they killed the whole entire team. They were able to keep 4 people up, so that's going to save them a lot of econ in the end, especially with Muggsy having ult, and we all know he's very good with that Jet ult. So let's see how River Falls wants to play this round. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a KJ ult into just a fast push onto A.
Oh, 100%. Definitely shows that they're also taking that econ, because Muggsy here only buying that sheriff because we know that he's gonna pop that ult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see what they do here, if they try to get that KJ ult down too.
Definitely getting the eco on Wiggles.
Oh, but it looks like Muggsy gets the double kill with the ults, the double headshot. So now River Falls has essentially complete control of the site, but it looks like Silva and Deadlock are going to go for a flank. Let's see if, with the last 2 live, that's the only place to come. Let's see how River Falls plays around this. Let's see if they can keep everyone up, which would be fantastic.
Yeah, that was so off of the econ. They definitely got the intel that Deadlock is going to be right there. And then Silva's going to be there, and this is becoming such a very close match.
Absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, Toodles there was able to get 2 picks, but Toodles has been on fire in those very important situations. Toodles has gotten those really big plays that have almost been like a matchmaker in those very clutch situations, numbers down.
Yeah, but the econ is showing that on the side of UWRF.
Yep, absolutely. And let's see if River Falls can force this into overtime, which would actually be in their favor, because they would be starting off on defense, which I think would be interesting, because I feel like it's easier from all the hours I played Valorant and for playing with the team last semester, it's a lot easier to go into overtime, win that first round, especially on the preferred side, because that puts a lot more pressure on that second round for a team to clutch up.
I've only played overtime once in my life, and I definitely have to say from that one-time experience, I have to agree with you on that.
And it's like you even see that in pro situations. Like you can see pro situations even in pro games, just they go back and forth, but then if you notice, one team that's better on one side, they usually, if they win that side and they're feeling confident, they can sometimes just turn that into a quick little momentum boost to secure them the game. But hopefully these past 2 rounds have gotten, it looks like have gotten River Falls back in the tip-top shape they need to be. They were able to save that KJ ult, and they were able to have full rifles, and it looks like it's just going to be rifles v rifles.
Rifles versus rifles, but definitely the econ side goes to UWRF on their side. So if it goes into another, if it goes into another round, the econ's can be on UWRF's side.
Yep. So it doesn't really matter right now. And it looks like they're going to do a strong setup. It looks like all Cypher
Muggsy's gonna get that 1 tap on 2.
It looks like Wangle's just going to sit there. Yelsu's going to get the headshot, and it looks like Riverfall's going to take complete control of site. Breezy's going to go back to the usual position of tree and possibly go back for a flank, but we'll see what he does. What they do.
Right here.
Okay, it looks like Breezy's going to go back into B, but it looks like River Falls is possibly going to be playing for a KJ ult pretty quick here.
Where is everyone hiding?
Last player standing.
Muggsy in that 3.
And we'll see what happens here. It looks like
And
that's a
we're going
perfect
into-
bait out.
We're going into the overtime.
Let's go. The River Falls was able to overcome their probably one of the hardest comebacks they'll have to go through right now, because that was very difficult. They had no momentum for a lot of those rounds, but they were able to flip that second half just to be able to tie it up to go into overtime. Just kind of like how Stout that first half was able to essentially get that equalizer and make both have 8 and 4.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, it's really, like I said, it's gonna really be interesting to see how this overtime plays out. But it's looking like that they are gonna get that defense side first, which is gonna be huge. It will be a pretty big advantage on the side of UWRF, because they have that, most stressful round first.
Absolutely, but if you remember, they were playing super strong on defense, but let's see if that's changed, because they were just playing extremely hot and aggressive. It looks like Muggsy is going to be pushed up, trying to play in a little rat corner. Let's see if they push up A main, but it looks like they might not. Oh, and he gets the pick. That smokes down for Stout, so it's going to be a lot harder now to push a site. So let's see if Muggsy plays back, or if he's to play more secure with the numbers up, and it looks like he is. It looks like Stout wants to put a lot of pressure back onto market, because they've had a lot of success there. Or they might be pushing back out for a catwalk push, thinking, yeah, especially with that deadlock wall there. It looks like they're going to be probably pushing for mainly a catwalk in the A push or a catwalk in the heaven push.
Yeah. My guess, if watching from the edges, they're going to go into main, because it's just going to... Muggsy getting another piece. Bring it to a 3v5.
30 seconds left.
Get the Stout getting that bomb planted.
Absolutely, but if you remember, like, how well River Falls has been playing these post plants, like, they know they just need to get a pick or two. And look, Muggsy with 3 kills there, playing huge, and Prestige was able to get it. It seems like a lot of momentum is towards River Falls. They flawlessly won that round. They played it perfectly.
Switching sides. Match point.
And it looks like Prestige is, just having a great time.
They're just having such a great time.
And this is going to be a very interesting round, just to be able to see if they can turn those, be able to, just like the way they communicated there, to be able to play as a team and just absolutely dominate that, even that post plan after Morgan got those 2 picks, and just see, like, hey, can they transfer that defensive side more towards offense?
I mean, they're going to match point here. UW wins this round, they can win the game.
Oh,
But
but it looks like
D-Young
D-Young wants to
is the
cook. D-Young wanted that. He wanted to play that.
D-Young, you said, you know what? I'm making this corner mine, and I'm gonna go.
Absolutely, and especially with that deadlock util there, that was perfect to trap 3 people.
Yeah, I mean the confidence that D-Young had there really won him that gunfight.
Absolutely, and it looks like Sova's going to try to get some information within the smokes. Oh,
Enemy remaining.
and it looks like River Falls Yelsu's in a 1v3 situation. Oh, and unfortunately,
Double overtime, unfortunately.
now we're going in double overtime. The
Okay.
pressure's going to get even further.
I mean,
If you look at Stout, they look really locked in, not as relaxed as they were in the bind game. And, it looks like the pressure might be getting to them because it's 13-13. It's a lot closer. And it looks like who's ever on that defensive side has a lot more favored chance of winning the round.
yeah, they're definitely getting locked in. I think both teams right now are trying to get locked in. I think this is gonna come down to a battle of the might.
Absolutely. I don't know if it's battle of the might. I think it's battle of the mental.
You know what? That is as well. I mean,
Looks like Stout's gonna throw smoke and to cover the I'm blanking. This is cringe. Covering the KJ's alarm bot, just to make sure, to possibly fake that there might be pushed up mid or doing some stuff mid. And it looks like Muxie's gonna get another pick. He's gonna back off, and that smoke's down again, which both times Wangle was down first from Muggsy. And it looks like he's just getting caught out, and Muggsy just has his number right now on defense.
So Breezy now knows what entry is.
And that was a perfectly thrown Cypher cage. And it looks like Breezy's going to try to get some interesting timing to hopefully hope entry's going to get greedy and try to peek back in, which hopefully not, with River Falls having a 5 people to 3 people up advantage.
They're just they're just itching to say hi.
30 seconds left.
Absolutely. But it looks like entry's going to be very patient, and he's going to play his role and just, sit here. But it looks like Breezy might try to push up. Oh, he shot. And it looks like that's going to give out his position to the point where he's going to get killed from trying to see if someone was peeking glass. Oh, and it looks like entry's going to get another. Oh.
10 seconds left.
So now it's a 4v1 versus Deadlock, and Muggsy gets another pick, and, well, it's 14-13. We'll see if River Falls can overcome the might of being on offense.
Yeah, see if they have the mental to, get that, to just overcome that hump that last round can be.
Absolutely, and they absolutely have shown they do have the capabilities to push and win on offense, especially at the end of that second half. They proved, hey, if we want to make offense our side, we can. Your defense means nothing, and it mainly had to start off with disrespecting some utility and getting some people on site.
Yeah,
right
no,
away.
they just have to disrespect that utility, and once they can get that utility gone, UWS can really come in here and take control.
And that's going to be kind of difficult. Polar's going to be caught out in a 1-for-1, and it looks like
it's going to go down to a 4v2 here. Entry looking like they might try to rotate out, but Stout might be expecting that, so it's definitely going to see how, they kind of play out.
Absolutely. If River Falls is quick enough, they can possibly get a quick push on the A, but I think they're going to play it slow just to try to make sure they can get all the information they need. So whatever site they push, they feel like they're in the best position as possible.
100%. It looks like Stout might be expecting them to continue to go B, but they're slowly making their way over to A. Entry not being able to get that util.
Last player standing.
We want to watch entry here. It's a 1v3. We'll see if he
30
can
seconds left.
clutch this up for the win. It looks like Silva's going to try to get some good info here using his drone. And that is unfortunate. That's a perfectly timed blinded and drop.
And you know what that means?
Double overtime.
Triple
Overtime.
It's triple overtime.
Time.
Okay, we're going 14-14, and it looks like Stout's going to use a timeout
I mean,
to
at
try
this
to
point,
regroup.
Both teams here should really just need to take that mental break because it's going to be a mental hump that, like you said, it's not battle of the might. It's more of a battle of the mental at this point because triple overtime, it really can start messing with it.
Absolutely, and triple overtime, you're getting to the point of the game which is you can kind of expect what teams are doing. So I think using this timeout now, especially for Stout, who have had a lot more offensive struggles, to try to figure out something different that they could do, because they usually try to a nice spread out offense to try to get a pick or try to figure out where how everyone's playing, and then they try to go into more of like a set piece and try to play as a team. But it's going to be very interesting because what happens if they just decide, hey, let's just do a full-on push onto site, completely throw their book away to just to throw off River Falls? Because who knows? Maybe River Falls is going to try to set up for them to do what they were doing originally.
Yeah, no, it's like this is a wholly. We're going to the game of mental here. Like, you know, both teams are. They have to do stuff that they have never done yet this game to try to push them out, trying to inch them out just one by one. You know.
Absolutely. It looks like Muggsy's going to go the glass cannon jet with a shorty and an op, which is a very interesting pick. And it looks like Stout's going to get ready for possibly a fast A push. Let's see what both teams cook up. Open, it looks like they are going for the fast push A. They're able to get the pick on D Young, which has always slowed down this offense. Looks like they're going to be able to take over site. Prestige is able to get the pick. Polar's able to get a pick on Toodles. This leaves Deadlock and Omen in a very awkward situation just by themselves on site. They don't have a lot of utility to get themselves out besides Omen Smokes. And it looks like they're going to be backing out into tree. With Prestige is just ready, and he gets the double kill for the win of the round.
I mean, it's going to look like whoever wins the attack side, the first team to win the attack side is going to win the match.
I mean, yeah. That is absolutely what's going to happen. I mean, if we look at it, these teams have both just struggled on one side.
You know what? I'm pointing out the obvious here. You're 100% correct.
Like, we've been talking about this the whole game, but it's kind of insane to see. Like, because this meta, like, team composition is usually better for, like, a more all-around experience. Like, yeah, it has a very strong defense, but it also has a pretty strong offense. And it's just very interesting to see how this double Senti is just able just to usually secure that defensive round, and it's just making it a real struggle for River Falls. Well, River Falls is really just easily able to take over that defensive side round because their offense is because Stout's offense is extremely weak. And now if we look at D Young, just sitting in a smoke right for someone to peek into it, and he's gonna get one. Oh, and he's gonna get two. And now it's a 3v3, and this is going to make for a very interesting situation here with Muggsy at very low health while Stout has full
health.
Yeah. Looks like Prestige is ready to play for in case someone peeks, and it looks like he got a dink through a wall. Omen's now half health, and Breezy just goes for the fast drop. Was able to get a pick. Oh, and he also got the quick flick on Wangle, and we'll see what happens here. Unfortunately, we're going into quadruple overtime, and we're just gonna. I think River Falls should really use the timeout if they have, and I don't believe they have, and just try to sit back and honestly, if they win this first round, I think that's when they should use it for the offensive side to just try to really figure out a solid offensive plan to just really punch through Stout's iron defense.
No, 100%. Like, I mean, there's the defensive side from both sides is just so strong that it's whoever can win that first offensive is going to win the game. Like, it's defense after defense after defense win.
Absolutely, and it's just hard to do because, these teams just have kind of figured out how they play against each other. I mean, and now Stout's going back to kind of the more spread out offense that they were running more at the start of the game, where they have someone possibly watching mid. And Muggsy's going to get the pick on Breezy, which that takes away their main lurk, which is amazing. Now I don't really have to worry about catwalk post plan unless Deadlock decides to, take a journey. It looks like Breezy's going to try to get a quick push up, and they're going to try to take control of A.
UWF is looking like to start setting up the retake on the map, but that deadlock wall might put a little issue with for UWF, making them change up their plans.
Absolutely, and Deadlock's going to use that jet one way just to get a perfect, but Prestigious gets that perfect pick off of D Young, which kind of puts this team. Oh,
so Stout just got the offensive win.
Absolutely.
So UWF needs to come back and win their offense to push us into a. 5-time overtime.
Absolutely, and I believe they can do it.
Oh,
And it looks like they're going to finally take this timeout and try to cook something up different in
you
the
know,
kitchen.
they gotta see what's cooking in that pot.
Absolutely.
You
like,
know, they turned the clock pot on at the beginning of the round. Now it's time to cook. It's time to dish out that dinner.
absolutely, but I just feel like that was a very interesting round. Like there was a really good deadlock, like her lockdown grenade, perfectly got entry there, and that was able just to give Breezy that free pick on for entry, which took away Riverfall's smoke, and it just made that round so much harder because entry and was playing such a pivotal position by playing behind dices.
Oh, 100%. You know, it's just this is really coming up to be such a match.
Absolutely, and this is an absolutely great, fantastic match. It just feels like on once offense like succeeds, like River Falls needs to like figure out just a way to like disrespect a single setup.
Yeah.
And because it seems like every round they won on offense, they were able to disrespect either Cypher's or KJ setup, or not KJ, Deadlock setup in some unique fashion.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm really excited to watch how this is gonna play out.
Absolutely. As we're getting ready here, and it looks like Prestige is going to send an alarm bot and lurk that mid. It looks like they're going to 4-stack A, expecting them to push hard. It looks like D-Young's going to get the push on Muggsy and Yell Slew.
Yeah.
And it looks like River Falls is going to try to probably rotate pretty quickly. They probably were not ready for it looks like all the Sentinel util is more towards B side, and they're just stacking everyone else on A because they know, hey, if you push B, you have to destroy all of our util and respect it first. Because that deadlock wall, like, nope, it's fine. It just got down because it's been 30 seconds into the round. But as you see, that gave a chance for Stout to get more of a more even playing field and just kind of spread out more.
Yeah, D-Young getting another one on entry there.
Looks like River Falls going to try to push out. Are they going to try to check for that main push? And it looks like, oh, Wangle knew they were there. And let's see if what deadlock it does with Soba.
30 seconds left.
Oh, it looks like they're going to wait for the whole team so they can have a whole team. Stout's going to wait till their whole team's kind of there so they can try to make a play, but Cypher's still going to play for that flank like he has been every single post play.
I mean, that's Cypher for you.
Absolutely.
Cypher is known for playing that flank.
I mean, absolutely, and he's playing it. Breezy's been playing it fantastic. I believe that this KO ult's really, really useful here, just to help, like, you know, make sure no abilities can just be spammed, like, especially like a jet dash or a Soba Dart. That could completely change it.
It's a 1v2 here, you know. This is not undoable.
And unfortunately,
that's
D Young was able to get that pick onto Polar, and
That's gonna be it.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean that was overtime, so they were played so beautifully by both sides.
Absolutely. It just looked like the double Sentinel was able to get that offensive lead in that overtime, and that was really what changed the complete momentum of the overtime.
Oh, 100%. I mean, shout out to both teams. I mean, they all played that beautifully.
Yeah, they played fantastic. Especially on defense, they were able to just completely destroy each other's offenses and just make sure nothing was really able to cook.
Like it really seemed like they all had turtle shells. Like that defense, like they all hide in the turtle shell.
I mean, I would say River Falls played pretty aggressive. On defense because Muggsy was going up, he was getting those pushes that A main.
They were playing a lot of very aggressively on defense, but I mean like that was their turtle shell, very offensively turtle shell, like.
Absolutely, and it looks like, surprisingly enough, like River Falls had most of the first bloods. Like they had 12, 16, 19 first bloods of the 32 rounds, which is over half the first bloods, which is kind of insane.
Mhm. It was such a great match to watch.
Absolutely.
And definitely an honor to gas.
Neither team should be disappointed. They both teams could have absolutely taken away stuff to improve on.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. It was great matches, great performances from both teams. Unfortunately, Stout did take it 2-0, but that would be it for us tonight.